Welcome back to Spain's Kitchen Diaries. This episode we're going to try something that I've only done a few times. It's called shit on a shingle. It's a southern classic and I hope you enjoy it. It consists of basically ground beef, gravy, and then we're going to top it off with some Texas toast. I'm glad you're with me, so let's get to it. Alright, so we're about to conquer this meal, shit on a shingle. So I'm glad you're with me today. First thing we gotta do is we gotta get some ground beef. Let me grab it. Alright, this is roughly about 2 pounds of meat. I bought this at the local meat market. So it's very good quality meat. Once the ground beef is cooked, we'll take the ground beef, put it in a separate bowl and let it set. And then we'll leave roughly 6 tablespoons of fat from the beef, and then we will do 6 tablespoons of flour, and then that's when we'll make our gravy, and I'll run through it with you. So here we go. All right, we're at about 325 for the temperature. Get it broke up and start frying it up. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic salt on there. Put some pepper. About half of a small onion. Oh wow. Let me turn my heat down. Turn it down to about 300. Alright. I think we're about ready to pour it. Alright, now I got the beef, I got the pan tilted, that way I can get the grease off of it. It's equal parts flour, equal parts grease. And that's what you start with. Then you add your milk. Typically for a couple people it's 3 tablespoons of grease, 3 tablespoons of flour, and then get that heated up. Then you'll do about 3 cups of milk. And you can always add more. That's the kicker. You don't want to add too much because it'll be watery. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a double order since I got a lot of people to feed. So I'm doing 6 tablespoons grease, 6 tablespoons flour, and probably 3 cups of milk and maybe 2 cups of water. We'll try that and see where we're at. What I like to do is line it with a paper towel to catch excess grease, and while we're making our gravy, it'll catch that grease, and then we'll throw the meat back with the gravy in a little bit. Oh yeah, looks pretty good. I'm gonna put it as hot as it'll go, about 400. Get that grease warmed up real good. I've got roughly a little over 6 tablespoons of oil. We'll get that up to heat and then we'll start adding flour. Alright, I got the grease going, so I'm gonna start out with I'll start out with the 6 tablespoons. There's 6. We'll start with that. I mean, I really want kind of a paste. It ends up looking like a paste. Looks like we got just enough. And once it gets to that point, we'll take is a 2-cup measuring cup. So just don't want that to burn. So 1 or 2, what should say. There's 4 cups. I'll start with 4 cups. Alright, so I got the heat still on high. We'll get that warmed up. It'll start bubbling. And then you'll add when you start stirring it and you notice that your milk is sticking to the bottom, to the bottom, that's when you need to lower your heat just a little bit. Normally just regular salt and pepper. A little bit of salt. And we'll just keep stirring. Let that gravy get thickened up. I went ahead and turned my heat down to about 325. You just don't want to scald the bottom of it. And we're starting to thicken up. Okay, I went ahead and turned it down to about 250 because I don't want to risk burning it. And at this point, we're thickening up. So we're getting the texture we want. The consistency looks really good. I mean, I might add another. All right, so I got about 1 cup of water. I'll pour half in. Like I said, you can always add water to thin it out, but you can't take the water away. So you don't want to add too much. And I might make this slightly thinner than I would for like biscuits and gravy or something like that, because I'm going to put all that meat in there that we just cooked. I think we about got it. All right, we're going to go ahead and add the meat. All right, it looks like something you can eat. So now we just got to get our toast going, and we'll be ready to eat. Looks good.